The Always Smiling Faces podcast is brought to you by Guglielmo Clothing. For a 10% discount, use the code AWSFPod at the checkout. Enjoy the podcast.
You do it for the money, consume it on the TV. You tell me it's the fashion, original. Post another picture, change yourself to fit in. You get a big reaction, so popular.
Go on, dude.
Got the blood
No, I didn't do.
pumping.
You got an invisible man at the back, and he goes to West Brom.
player. See, not that you've got someone else as well.
Oh, true, right.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Oh, hi. So
We're in!
I'll start again. Fucking hell, start again.
So again, you can't be doing that. Like,
You didn't even tell me.
I was going yes.
You better go action.
Action.
3,
I saw a video
2,
the other day when you were saying you were last or something.
action.
Aye.
I saw something that I
So
did.
when you hear the noise, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to go. Bosh, we're in.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to the Always Smiling Faces podcast. You join with myself, Chris, Decker,
That's me, aye.
and Mr. Mark Walker, who's sporting a nice scar on his head today.
Harry Potter.
Will you put my glasses on? You actually look like Harry Potter.
I can wear these because they're not real glasses, are they?
Oh, real glasses. Just like how Decker's a real Tory. Every week. Every week.
Them glasses look like, you know, the ones when you get the fake nose and the tash on. Like when he
I've got
has
a
the
tash.
tash.
Got a tash.
They do look like the nose.
I'm going to have to have a little look now, won't I?
Oh, you do look like that
Do
person.
you look like Harry Potter?
Fucking hell.
Straight up a Chris Cracker.
Aye, so those fake glasses, aye.
Yeah?
Is that a fly in the...
Right, we're going to start talking about football then.
Is that a fly in there, do you think? Is that there? See that little black thing?
Dennis Wise.
Oh, I'll probably pull it. Right, so let's get talking. So the last game, which we need to
That's
talk
a fly,
about,
that, you know.
is Crystal Palace away. We'll probably start talking about this after Decker finishes talking
Fishes
about
his fly.
his pint.
There's a fly in me pint, like, not joking.
Didn't stop him, clearly. So,
Extra protein.
Crystal Palace away.
Yeah.
Thoughts then?
Saturday.
Start lineup, we got it almost perfect.
Well, I said it. We had an argument, didn't we, about that? And I said, you've got to play Kennedy.
Whoa, we
So I
didn't,
play Ronaldo.
whoa. We didn't have an argument.
You were basically having an argument via WhatsApp this afternoon. I looked at my phone.
We had a- we had-
sorry, mate, I didn't mean it that way.
We had a
What?
healthy
What?
discussion.
Didn't have a clue what you were arguing about until I
Did you
had
read
a
it,
break.
though? Did you read it? I'm not
Aye.
going to repeat what I said. but did
You
you
got
read it?
fucking-
The thing was,
Ripping it
the thing
apart.
is, like we were backwards and forwards and we were agreeing, which is totally like misunderstood
The only
each
thing
other.
missing off mine was caps lock. That's how much I was going.
Angry face at the end. And Mark replied saying, "Are you okay?" And Decker's getting fine.
I was fine, I was alright.
Are you?
I can't reach it.
Just leave
Drink
it.
it.
Get a straw.
Just drink it.
Apologise. Fine.
Right. So yeah, Crystal Palace starting lineup.
Who said draw? Was it you?
I had
think
1-1
you said
draw. So
you said
close
draw,
enough.
didn't you? Aye.
Close enough.
Closer than Decker.
The lineup was really good. Like, it was as positive as you could want it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all the right changes for me personally.
Until we kicked off.
Well, yeah.
Well, it was shite, but we'll get there.
We'll get there. Right, we'll get there. So Rondon trip to the Metro Centre didn't affect him. He started.
He was there.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it clearly did
He
affect
clearly
him,
did. He was knackered come half time.
So he was starting along with Perez behind him. I think that was probably the only thing we were hoping not to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked Perez.
Clearly.
Why not? No, I'm kidding, yeah, no, definitely not. No.
So in regards to that, Perez was sitting in that number 10 role behind Rondon. He's the most frustrating player I've ever.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that chance when he went through one-on-one with the goalkeeper
The weakest shot
and
ever.
basically just passed it to him?
Absolute weakest piss.
It was unbelievable. Absolutely
It was probably the
horrendous.
only point in the game where I was excited when we were attacking the goal.
Like,
Wait, that was the only time
That's
we
what I
done
mean.
the goal.
That's what I mean.
nah, we had a couple of...
Bollocks!
We did have a couple
I
of...
love him, you know.
We did have a couple of chances.
No, loads of crosses
Did
in the box.
We did.
Oh, shite. No, but going back to the chance, yes, yeah, you know. He does that a lot, doesn't he, where he gets in really good areas.
And just fucks it up.
No, like,
He does it quite often,
he's
yes.
not even like... He's fucking it up where like you would have kicked and you miss it or you blaze it over the stand. He just hits it so weak. Like, I don't understand how you can generate that lack of power.
I
How
can
you
only
possibly
think
do
he
that?
was...
There was a player.
He had to be
like when he was
trying to like... The only explanation, if I'm going to give him any benefit of the doubt, is he was trying to bend it and pass it round the keeper and just didn't connect with it properly. But literally all he had to do was put his fucking boot through it.
He wouldn't know. He doesn't do that, does he? He would never ever put his laces through a ball. He just doesn't never do
It's
it.
the simplest thing to do with football.
I know it is.
Put your foot through it.
Yeah, but he won't really though. He doesn't. I don't know if it's too cold for him. The ball's too hard, but he won't lace it.
Too
really.
cold.
He won't lace it really. He tries to everything.
Well, that was he literally tried to like flick it round the keeper, didn't he, and put
Which
it
of
like
course, correct. I mean, there is going to be loads of times that is the right thing to do. Of course, it is. Get
Just
bend it
not
on
there.
the-
not when you're going on 1-on-1 with the
just
goalkeeper
smash the
who's
thing, you know what I mean?
I mean it wasn't even as if the keeper like came out to close him down or
didn't
anything
have
like
a
that.
move.
He
Keeper
just like
didn't move.
he just went, oh thanks.
What do you think that keeper must have thought when that happened?
Thanks.
Must have thought like,
Thanks,
Cheers,
Iosi.
mate. Cheers, mate.
he probably wasn't even worried when he was running through on goal.
See you next season. It's when you're actually going to get this game.
He was probably thinking like anything else. Was thinking he's not going to score probably. But
So also, in regards to the back four, or back five even, that's probably our strongest back five.
it is. It is.
Okay, you include the keeper in that one.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely is. Absolutely.
He
Midfield?
confused us momentarily.
That's probably our strongest midfield
Absolutely.
On paper.
on paper.
Well,
yeah.
there was no Hayden involved,
Yeah.
and there was no
No hate to be
no
seen.
Jacob Murphy involved.
Was he on the bench?
No, Atu wasn't he?
No Murphy at all.
I don't think so.
Why is that?
Once again.
Because obviously Atu
Doing a
came on.
podcast, I haven't got a clue who was on the bench.
You've got the team sheet there.
No, I've not got the start 11.
Why do you think he wasn't in the squad though?
Who?
Murphy? Why not?
It's tired.
Probably because you heard this podcast and his confidence was shot to bits, mate.
Oh, Rafa heard it and thought, actually, he's him in the middle. Him in the middle's got a point, you know.
That Tory. That Tory.
Son,
I am not a Tory, right? At all. Fucking hate them.
Platinum Club.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Tory. Middle
There's still
very,
got cracks in the ceiling where I am, and I know.
You've got an abundance of tomato sauce though.
Can we just take
Hey,
a
they have,
moment?
you know,
Can we take a moment to appreciate Fernandez?
Alright man, I don't want to have his
crack on.
He's
babies.
fantastic, isn't he?
He's amazing. He's absolutely amazing.
Once again, we've got a player of like, even looking back last season, we've got Lejeune in. The amount of money we've spent on him, absolutely great player.
It's just a shame we keep finding them at the back of the pitch, innit? And
Yeah.
not at the front of the pitch.
Yeah, when we're going to spend a similar amount on a striker, I end up with like Joselu.
So
Well, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you just sound like you're going to argue with that point.
Well, I truly do believe he still gets a hard time. I still believe that.
he's for his work rate, yes.
I think that, like, is he a top scorer so far? Which says it all, like, to be fair, how bad we
What's
are.
his
I think we've only scored one goal. That's what I'm
He scored, he came on twice and scored.
Three,
He
I
scored
think we
two.
scored 3 this season, haven't we? Bloody hell, we scored 3 goals.
You know, like, it's.
Was it 4?
I know.
It's 4. Joselu's got 2, Yedlin's got 1.
Spurs was
and
2-1,
Clark's got
Cardiff was 2-1. Last
Every
week
game
was...
2-1, aren't we? Well, apart from.
Clark's got 1.
Right.
Last game.
4.
Clark's got 1.
Get in, living the dream, 4 goals.
And Rondon if you class Forest, if you wanted to class that.
Oh, it is 4 because everybody's harping on about that Mitrovic has got 1 goal more than
We'll
the
get
entire
there, I'm
Newcastle
sure,
team.
my friend.
I'm sure we'll get onto that, mate.
Just get me nipples for you.
So we'll get on to Mitrovic later on.
Yeah.
Do I have to? Can I just can I get a pint at that time?
If you want.
What if you want? And when you come back, we'll talk about Murphy.
So, right, yeah, in regards to start 11, that is 10 of the 11 are probably the strongest start 11.
Honestly, mate, when I seen it, I was like, yes, like this is it. This is the best team that we can put together.
Do you know when you're saying this is it? You didn't realise in the last podcast you said we're going to get battered.
Oh, I didn't think. No, when I say
This is it, just 1-0 now.
I wasn't thinking it was going to be like Keegan 95. Like, what I thought was is like, this is more like a team that I believe we can field. You know what I mean? I thought you've got Kennedy. I know he's low. I know he's low on confidence. I do get that. I mean, but still having him there, we know what type of player he can be because we were so excited with him last year. So there is a player there. I mean, Diarmi, I thought with Shelby back there would be great. Shelby would be able to create some things. But having Rondon up front would be brilliant. The back four's good. It's strong. It's the best team we can play. Perez, yes, we can argue and discuss Perez a lot, but it's a good team. And I do mean this honestly, right? I'm very critical of us, and you know I am. I'm quite negative sometimes. But you look at that team, right, and then you look at Burnley, for example, or you look at a lot of teams in that division. That team's a good side, you know. I really believe it's not. Oh well, we're just shite. We don't spend any money, or we're just a championship squad. That's a decent team that I really feel.
I think that first 11 is good. It's our best. It is by far our best 11 on
Perez, isn't
paper.
it? You're saying that?
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, he's right.
You have to based on where we are with history, who the players that we've got there. I think we've got the potential to have better players than that are in those positions at the minute. But you'd look at that team and think that is our best and strongest 11 that we can put out there.
It is. I think it's a good side. Honestly, I do. I really do.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
I think there'll be fans all over the country, right, would look at our team. Like, let's say that was Sunday, right, and everyone's sitting down for Super Sunday, and they see our team getting announced.
Yeah.
I think other teams. I'm not saying Man United and that, no. But what I'm trying to say is like, say Leicester, say. My mind's gone a bit of a blank, but teams like that, I think they look and go, actually, that team's not too bad. It's not a bad.
This seems like the sort of team where, looking at the form, and you can see we're going to be scrapping around the bottom. Yeah.
Oh God. Right.
So let's say worst case scenario we get relegated. You can imagine other clubs looking at that team and thinking, I'll take him. I don't think there'll be a player in that start 11 that wouldn't get another Premier League club.
I totally
if
agree.
we get relegated.
Totally. Well, we're goalkeeper, great.
I don't know.
God.
Some people think he's just up there with the gear. So from what I'm hearing, so your keeper's gone. Yedlin 100% is. Lascelles absolutely is. Fernandez, we've just been sucking him off. He's off.
Dummett
maybe
Dummett
not.
wouldn't go anywhere.
No, I
Maybe
think
not
Dummett would.
I
I think
don't.
Dummett probably would.
Dummett, Diarmi probably not. Richie maybe even.
I think Richie. Yeah.
I think just because I'm saying Premier League doesn't mean they're going to like Arsenal or Chelsea or something.
I think Burnley or someone
like,
would take a punt on Richie. Like, he shoots him to the
of
ground.
course he would. Of course they would. He's been one of our best players at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Kennedy, well,
He'll be back
he's
at Chelsea.
still
gone anyway.
belongs to one.
That's right, yeah, exactly. Your Perez, maybe not. To be honest, I think Perez personally, but then again, maybe
You could see him turning up at somewhere like Brighton or Huddersfield or something like that.
maybe. Yeah. But going back to what Chris is saying, he's right. Is that I think every player that we play there
Is a Premier League
is a Premier League player. Yes, absolutely is. Yeah, definitely.
It's just the worrying thing is then once you then scratch below that surface of that 11, then the quality just drops.
There's nothing. I remember at the
drops
start of the
down.
season, we were speaking about the depth of the squad. Then it was before we started like getting rid of players. So like Mitrovic, Gale.
That's what.
We've been left so bare up front, haven't we? Like
Well,
absolutely.
I mean, we were even when you needed an extra strikers in with them there already, and all we've basically done is swapped
Gale and
Rondon and Muto and Mitrovic.
That's worse.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like,
it's shit. It's shit.
Like how desperate we were for goals. We've got rid of two players who were doing really well, albeit Gale is in the lower league, but he's still scoring
You
goals.
would expect Gale to do it.
Then obviously Mitrovic, and a lot of people aren't going to like it, he's scoring goals and he's absolutely dominating games. He's been man of the match in almost every game he's played in, which is absolutely ridiculous. I don't care what people say and say, oh, you're shy for us. Was he shite?
Yes.
Was he?
Yeah. Shite, was he shite?
I was reading something that day and someone said he missed so many chances the season we got down. He also scored 9 goals in his first.
Look, we sat here, God knows how many times, and the reason he's not here is because we didn't play to his strengths.
But
He's
looking
gone to
back,
Fulham and they're playing to his strengths.
should we have kept him and
Scoring.
played with his strengths? Looking back now, he's absolutely
It's
bossing
not-
it, isn't he? In a team where you'd argue are probably on the same level as us.
I know I'm sitting in, and it's
Go
an
on,
absolute
go on,
shambles that we
go
got.
on.
This
forward
bullshit
there,
where
look.
people turn around saying, "Oh, we've got a choice between Rafa and Mitrovic." Why? Like, why is that a choice? Like, why couldn't we kept him? And why couldn't we have realised maybe we should stop him because he is a decent player and using him to our advantage rather than like hindering him?
That's the thing. It is down to
You turn
Rafa,
that
isn't
bench
it?
on
It's down to
Sunday,
Rafa.
as you've said 3 or 4 times now. Look at that bench. Look at the squad. You've only got Yosselu you can bring on the field. I would much rather have Mitrovic.
Of course you would.
I'd also like to have Gale on there as well.
Flipping it over though, you can't see Rafa's argument. I'll sell him for 20 odd million. I'll reinvest this money in the team. It never happened. So that's a counter argument.
That's the problem. Yeah.
So the thing is, we could have got that money, spent it elsewhere on a better player. We didn't.
Could we have?
We didn't. Well,
I don't think there's any player we
off
would
the
have
top of
bought.
my head, I probably know. I can't think of
We
one.
would have not have bought striker that could have scored 5
But once
goals.
again, we're looking in hindsight, aren't we?
Well, we are, but we wouldn't have done it. We would not have signed a striker.
There just
that
seems
has
to be
more potential than he has.
so many people right now, like when Mitrovic scores a goal, they go, oh, here we go.
Oh.
Like, of course it is. And I made this argument the other day. I think it was Two and Paul's put something on saying, is it the Mitrovic thing, like, is it still a current topic? Or do we think Sodom, like, he doesn't play for anymore? But I said, in the past, we've looked at the likes of Sissoko. We sold him to Spurs. We're laughing with cock off when he was having shite games.
Every retweet,
Like absolutely howling. But if they're bad,
It's different.
we're happy enough to talk
It's
about
different.
it.
That
If
when they're shit,
not,
they
it'll
can
be good.
ridicule.
We can't talk about
He's
it.
right though. He's right.
It's a current topic because he's scoring goals.
Why
He used to
can't
be our player.
Yeah. Why do we talk? Well, I didn't. But why do people talk about Sissoko constantly about him all the time?
Because,
Why?
But they don't though. Whereas
They were, the first season they were.
people are obsessed with Mitrovic. You take the piss out of something like Sissoko being crap, and then you move on from it.
No, I think
Just
we
people
were
just
probably
don't seem to be
obsessed
able to move on.
with Sissoko as well when he left.
It was almost
Because we were
a
laughing the
full,
amount of money we got from him. Like when he was going to Spurs and just running out of play.
Which is
The amount of
hilarious.
retweets. It is hilarious, but you can't just go, oh, well, he's not
Mind
out
you,
there
I
anymore.
see Ben Arthur on my Twitter feed more than I see my own
Didn't
daughter,
get him started
I think.
about Ben Arthur. mate.
Like, no, truthfully though, he scored a penalty the other day. It was all over my world. Like,
I know.
all I seen was his penalty he scored, and I'm like, all right, okay, like.
And then fucking Newcastle goals pulled out 10 minutes of the greatest Ben Arthur. I was going to tweet him back actually, because did you notice for the first 3 minutes, every dribble that he did resulted in him either running the ball out of play or getting tackled.
Mate.
Do you know?
Don't diss the magician.
I'm
Just
not going to. I really wish that we had a player like that now. And he was nowhere near as good. But you know, good eras when you were under the cosh and you would get the ball and you would just run with it and relieve some pressure and win the ball, like carry the ball into their half the field and get a foul.
Which
and
is what
everyone would
Kennedy
just
was
reset
doing
and just
back end of last season, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. And like Ben Arthur does it. Ben Arthur would get the ball and try and commit men and beat men, and it just relieves the back four. You know, I agree. You could probably put every highlight reel of Ben Arthur together, and he probably lost the ball 7 out of 10 times, maybe 8 out of 10 times.
Do you think we're a little bit blinded with ex-players though? Like,
Ben Arthur was class.
We'll look back. I know that I agree with you in certain things, but do you think we'll look back now and think of the good times rather than the times where we're probably all sat on that ground and thought, "You fucking dickhead, what are you doing that for?"
Oh, hey.
Like so many
I swear to God, I lost count the amount of times he would just run that ball out of play. Try to take on 17 players.
But he
and
is
get
that
tackled.
person that's got something.
He
which
could do,
can't
but
change
that's
that
the
game.
thing. The once that he did it out of every 10 attempts was amazing,
Yeah.
and that's what people remember.
Same
with Ginola, same with Rebet.
Ginola, I'm
And
telling
he
you.
got 4 goals or something.
Yeah,
you know,
Dammy's not scored more than him. Ginola was lovely. He was beautiful and all the rest of it. But like, let's be fair. He didn't do amazing things. Let's be fair. Like he didn't like.
But the things that he did do were unreal. But I can
going back to
remember
his
at the
point,
time
though,
even being frustrating.
Yeah, going back to the point he's saying, like we maybe look at them players and think, God, how good he was.
It's rose tinted
It is
glasses.
a bit rose tinted.
We'll forget
Your
about the
memory-
shit-
your memory
shit
gets
things we've
faded.
seen.
I remember West Brom away, and I've said this many times, and we had Barr, Ben Arthur, and CC up front, and we absolutely ripped them apart.
Set an
inside
orange
20
kit.
That was the orange strip.
I never ever forget. That is one of the best away games. That was one of the best away performances. Sorry, I've ever seen us play. We were unplayable that first half. We were ripping them apart. Like, and I remember like turning to the lads going, I don't think we'll ever get any better than this. Like this is his
Attacking for 3, well 4 if you include Goodbye.
He was a little quarterback that would start it off. In that game, I remember you had Jonas and you had Santon absolutely bombing down the left hand side.
Then you can flip it around and thinking Pardew at the time, there was more attacking football in those sort of games.
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever see that if Rafa had that team?
No.
Because a lot of those players just had ability just to do whatever the hell they wanted.
Yeah, and that's
And it's so structured on a Rafa, isn't it?
It is. I'm not trying to criticise Rafa, but I agree that even with that talent of player, he'd want Demba Ba to track back and do something. He'd probably sell him actually because he doesn't do something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he has. He probably wouldn't want him because he doesn't do what he's asking him to do. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I think, and this is just maybe I'm an old school guy in this regard, but I like to have a couple of players. Truthfully, a couple of players where you go, do you know what it is? Do you just go out there and just cause havoc? Go on, just be wherever the ball is, and that's what I would do with Ben Arthur. He wouldn't be playing left or right for me. I'd say you just go plot yourself.
When anyone flips this round, I'm not saying Pardew's a better manager than Benitez because I know someone will say that.
No, I know
for fine well they will
We're
be.
definitely not saying that. I'm certainly not saying that. I'm just saying me personally. Like I wouldn't restrict Ben Arthur to be on the right hand side and track back every single time someone gets past you. You have to have. Ginola never did that. Keegan used to say, Ginola, listen, mate, you go on there and just drop bombs, just create stuff. You know
Don't come back in our own half.
Don't stay up there. Let the
Poor John
opposition.
Beresford.
Let the opposition.
He aged 15 years and
read something
2
a
seasons.
years ago about Beresford. He was keeping my life was ruined
Exactly.
when I came in.
Yeah,
I had to do twice as much work and he was getting twice as much money as me.
I just think sometimes, and this is why. And I do understand. But I look at that team there, right? And like, me personally, right? I think Rafa would look and think, right, Van Aanholt and Zaha are going to cripple our right hand side. So he'll be telling Richard, yeah, right, I need you to
cancel them out,
get back and work on. And
they did exactly that.
Yeah, maybe they did. But sometimes I'm not necessarily saying this game. By the way, I'm not saying this game. I mean certain games. I would be telling my team, truthfully, Yedlin, I want you bombing it then. Let's put them on the back foot for a change. And we're probably going to be 10 out if I was in charge. I'm just saying, like, like how I would like to see what sometimes goes. Why not let them worry about us for a change?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But maybe I'm being a bit on the top.
That is what you'd love to see, but realistically, we haven't got the players to do
so.
that.
That's the most frustrating thing because we've got it all on. But then
The thing is we've been spoilt in the past
Now,
with.
Yedlin's goal against Man City proves to me
it did prove
that
like
he
how-
can get beyond the fullback and he can. I don't want him in the box every 5 minutes, but what I'm saying is he has the potential to be able to get up there. He's better. He's better than just sitting back.
So that's one break where he literally had the entire pitch in front of him was empty to be able to run into it. There was no risk to him in doing that. Whereas most of the games that we play, there is.
So getting back to the Palace game though, like we both spoke. Well, all three of us spoke in regards to Zaha. His comments before going into that game saying, "I don't feel as if I'm getting fair treatment." I think me and Mark both agreed saying that.
Yeah,
he's probably got a point at some like what he's saying.
A few of the tackles
I
that
hadn't
we've
really
on
seen
him and stuff
much,
like that,
right?
but
Going into this game, he was such a whinging little bastard. That tackle Fernandez done, proper
that
cleaned him
brilliant
out.
sliding tackle where he didn't
Absolutely
even touch
amazing
him, he just
tackle.
took the ball.
Linesman, nothing. He's keep
Moaning on.
like throwing.
Yeah.
Zaha like this. Linesman.
Oh, he's
I
always
see,
like that, isn't he?
what the fuck? Like proper toys out the pram stuff, and it wasn't the first time where he was trying to referee the game himself.
Yeah.
Well, even Hodgson had a go at Zaha and his attitude and stuff like that after
Did he?
the game, saying that he, all the talk this week thinking it had got to his head and stuff like that, and affected him because he wasn't at his best, and he wasn't at his best. But we did a lot to nullify anything that he
We did.
that
We done well to stop him and like keep him out of the game.
He hardly had a kick really.
Oh, right,
But that tackle, when that went in, I thought that's absolutely fantastic. He doesn't like a challenge, does he?
No, he's a Primark version of Neymar.
Yeah.
That's what he is. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, I agree. So, like I said before the game, I thought, he's got a point. After the game, I thought, nah, you don't deserve now, mate. You're just getting tackled the same as everyone else.
What worried is about...
In our game, yes, but he has had a few.
Yeah.
naughty
If
ones
he's
put in
going
on
to...
him.
I've seen him standing about on the ball, dicky dancing about. Yeah, if you're gonna stand on the ball for 10 minutes, you're gonna get taken hip high every now and again.
Well, there was a tackle against Perez. Perez got wiped out, didn't he?
He did. He did. Yes.
And that was a yellow card. I thought end of that game, if it was a different player, if it was Shelby doing that, that's a red.
You're off. Has Mitrovic been sent off yet?
No, of course not.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Continue.
That's what I'm saying. I also said that as he's scoring goals, so people are talking about it.
Has he even got a yellow card?
But probably not.
Yeah,
Nah, he would have had a yellow
Mark
card.
would do that. Mark would do that. Mark would do that.
I said as
He's got the money as well, yeah.
he's scoring goals and people are going, he's not our player anymore.
No,
Flip
it
it
is.
around.
It's
Imagine
as
if
if
he
I
had
did. Mitrovic
received
actually
the
liked
red
him.
cards.
Listen, he's
So
right. Listen.
he's scoring goals. Our fans who don't really like Mitrovic are going, he's not our player anymore. Imagine if he had been sent off.
The wait on a minute, the fans that did like him are still saying
True.
he's not our player anymore.
I keep forgetting you actually like him. But if he had been sent off in his first couple of games, our lot would have been told you.
Well,
Rafa's right.
I remember when I tweeted that he scored it again, and I believe he gave a penalty away for handball. Oh, I got it in the neck then. Oh, he gave the penalty away. I was like, well, where were you when he scored? Like everyone was like, he's handballed it to penalty. I was like, listen to you. There was some sore thumbs that day. But but sorry, I apologise. I really went digressed there. Sorry.
I think in regards to the Palace game, there's nothing much to talk about, to be honest, with the Palace game.
I'm sorry. We might have kept
We
Zaha
were very,
quiet.
very lucky.
Oh my god!
The amount of chances.
Sakho. How was he
It was
missing?
only really the last.
That ball
the
went
last
out.
10.
The one that Townsend
100%.
that was well out.
100%.
It was out. Yes. How did he miss though?
Well, that was awful. Absolutely.
Not even close.
People whinge about Hosselu up front for us. Do you know how much Sakho cost? Jesus Christ.
He did his day job.
Who was that kid in the middle of the park who had a decent game for Palace?
Is it that?
You've got the team sheet in front
him.
of
It'd be him. He's classing if it is him.
No, it wasn't. It was Coyote. What's he called?
Oh right, yeah.
No idea.
there. Wile E. Coyote.
Aye, Coyote. He had a decent game. Don't I got the ball chucked off him?
Oh.
No, he's right back, isn't he?
Right. Tell me more about that because I read a few things. So what happened on that bottle incident?
Basically, someone
Someone
took
chucked
a bottle of
the
cider
bottle.
bottle.
Honestly,
Just a
you
bottle of
know.
Sprite or something.
Well, I think was it not meant to hit? It was either meant to hit Zaha or the linesman or something like that.
That makes it all right then. Fucking hell.
And hit him because everyone was going like tweeting like why are they throwing it at him? Like,
Well, it started with
what's
a
he
beer
doing?
bottle first. Someone said it was a beer bottle. Then it was clearly a bottle of Sprite. It doesn't make a difference what it was.
It was just a
Was it
bell
a beer
end.
bottle? Was
Well,
it?
it
bell
actually
end.
was a beer bottle.
Was it you? Oh, you weren't there.
Bell end and the
You got a
ground
candy throw. You
fruits.
can chuck it
Simple
from
as
the
that, innit?
shields.
That's near good, is it?
The worrying
Oh,
thing
it's
is
shit.
like all of the CCTV around the ground and
picked it
stuff
up.
like that, and all the cameras, and they can't see you through
I
it.
haven't picked it up.
Well, Palace's ground's from the 1900s, so maybe they just don't have that many cameras.
The thing is, though, like,
Most grounds are from the
looking back, it's
1900s.
probably someone that's been...
Well, I mean, it hasn't been updated since the 1900s.
There's only like 3 or 4 that
It's
aren't.
like, it is awful. It
like-
is awful.
Looking at it, though, like, it's obviously some dickhead who's pissed out of his face, trying to be a clever sod.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I bet it was a kid.
look at how much, like, the club and the fans have been in the bad light of the press recently. Then you get some idiot that goes down there and starts chucking bottles on the pitch. That's not doing anyone any good.
He'd had 2 cans of terrorist lager on the bus on the way down.
Good lager. It's good.
Been on the
Galahad.
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 Been on the Galahad.
It just
Get
lets me
Larry.
down as a fan base. 3,000 fans went down. One dickhead chucks a bottle on the pitch. That's all that's going to be.
Well,
like,
And
screaming
it
about.
shouldn't
One
let
man
us down
punches
as
a
a
horse.
fan base because it's one person.
Yeah, but it's
But it
canny, though,
does.
isn't it?
It does.
I absolutely detest West Ham. It's probably 4 of them punching each other. There's only 4 people, and I absolutely detest them. They're all arseholes, a lot of them. But I'm typecasting them probably because one guy throws a program at another person, you twat, and I'm like, you're all arseholes. It happens. One guy punches a horse, and all of a sudden we're absolute the enemy of life.
Horse punchers, we're all horse
Aye,
punchers.
exactly. Aye. I
You,
love
you
horses.
actually ever punch a horse?
Never.
When we done that trolley push, we were petting the horse, weren't we?
Well, aye, of course, aye. Oh, we're making a
Feed the
joke.
pony.
We're making a joke.
So
saying-
I think it was going to.
Slight dig, a little uppercut.
Yeah, have a carrot.
So, in regards, does anyone got anything else to say about that Palace game?
We're absolute dross.
'Cause we're
We've
worth
never
buying.
created anything, and it's just shite. I'm
We
sorry.
did,
Oh,
man.
Yeah,
we
they
did.
go.
Yeah, we did. He thinks we're
You
from
see-
Milan or something, didn't you?
Yes, no,
Oh,
but
well,
you're saying
come
it
on.
like as
Come
if
on.
we didn't have any chances or anything
Well,
like that.
I'll be very
I'm not
honest.
saying we were attacking every 5 minutes. And, you know, the keeper was having to pull saves left, right, and centre. But to say that we didn't create anything,
Tell us what we're creating.
we had a couple of opportunities where Lascelles had one from a corner that only went
Lascelles had
just
two.
wide.
Lascelles had 2 chances.
Yeah,
did.
I think keeper saved the other one.
Yeah, he had 2 chances.
Hoshelu did that overhead bicycle kick
Oh,
type
yes, I
thing,
forgot
which I
the overhead
thought,
kick.
which was very. He's got a good technique for that.
Yes, aye.
Again, it was just unlucky. They were keeper position, went straight to him.
And can I ask one question though? How many goals did we score?
Well, no, but I'm saying
No,
we still
I'm not-
created.
I'm not one of them. Listen, I'm not one of them people that is like. I remember. Sorry, I'm going to really go far back here, and people are slaggers here, big
You're
time.
going back to the 1900s.
I'm going right back, right?
the Crystal Palace's ground open.
No, I'm going right back here. But you remember it? We got beat off Man United 1-0 at home, Cantona scored.
Oh, that was
Right, we had about 4,000 shots a goal. Yeah.
yeah.
Hit the
Not
post.
104. You normally go to
I was
104.
going to
No, because we had way more than 104.
I was going to say 104, and then last second I thought I'd change it.
that
No.
was the worst, like most painful match ever. I think.
It was, I agree. But I'm on the side of like, listen, I can come away from that game and be absolutely devastated. But I can't question anybody. I can't go, hey, the lads hit the post, the bar, keep Schmeichel's pulling off saves.
yeah.
You had 10 arms, man. But that game was just, I'm sorry. And again, I'll go back to the starting lineup. Surely there is more creativity in that team. Surely, man. There has to be, man. If there isn't,
massively,
we're fucked then. If there isn't-
massively lacking any,
That is the
any
problem.
creativity.
If that is
Any
our
spark.
best 11, we're fucked.
Now I will say one thing. We're away from home. I don't think Palace are that bad. Truthfully, I don't. They haven't played together. In all fairness, here, they haven't played together this season that much. We're obviously low on confidence.
That's
anyway.
really the first
First
game.
time they have.
The back four, you cannot fault them.
I disagree. I deny, you know. I deny. People are saying that. I thought them rip were open loads of times. Honestly, I do.
They did have a couple of...
They did. They rip open. They should have scored in the first. Literally, the first second of the game. Literally, the first second of the game, they should have scored.
They had the
And I was
free,
like,
the
what
free
fuck's
kick that
going
hit
on?
the post, which just it basically went all the way through from Townsend taking it, didn't it?
Whether it's
I think
out
it
or
might
not,
got a little touch or
that's
something.
Sacco chance. Whether that ball's out or
That
not.
was the
That would have stood.
That was the
That would have
biggest
stood.
one.
That's the problem.
How was
That
he
would've
that
stood.
open? Like,
He should have.
And I don't think we were as all solid as.
There was one where Zaha played it across the 6-yard box and it just went out for a goal kick. Someone sitting at the back post, that's just a tap in that.
Well, he was, but he wasn't anywhere near it.
So he wasn't there.
I'm sure. Was it McCarthy? It was the first 20 seconds of the match. I don't know how he missed. I don't know how he missed. And I thought, oh, lovely start. Well, wide open within the first 20 seconds.
But I think that free kick, it was probably
right
only
ball.
the two chances in the last 10 minutes was the nearest they came.
Well,
that Sacco one,
I thought it was an
100% that needed to be a goal.
I felt like it was an onslaught for long periods in that game. I was desperate for it to end.
The thing is, when I think everyone watching the game saw the ball went out, I think I'll be very shocked to find out if it actually
Well, I
stayed in,
think
because
even on the
well out.
replays, I think there's maybe 5 mil or something like that. That's not across the white line.
How the linesman can see that is beyond me. It's absolutely.
It's the
beyond
opposite
me.
side from us.
Exactly,
isn't it?
it's absolutely blind. But you just see the ball coming in, you think that's gone out. He's going to put it in the back of the net. We're going to be fucked over again. Thankfully,
I
it
have
didn't
no
go in the
idea.
back of the net. No idea how it
No
didn't.
idea how
You've
he
seen the
missed it.
photo of it.
Yeah,
Where he's looking
He's
like
like-
Dubravka's
like
nowhere
he's
near
there,
it.
and
Just
it's-
say that.
Well, actually, that does. Why was Dubravka even coming to try and punch that?
To be fair, I'm normally pretty confident in Dubravka coming out, so I'm normally just.
He was getting nowhere near that.
Well, maybe he looked and thought, well, there's Sacco here standing with no one around him. Let's try and get that ball before he does. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I just feel. Well, I watched half the game on the telly, and then I had to leave to pick the band up. So I it was midway through the second half, I think it was, and I put the radio on, and they went live to our game, you know, and they were laughing like proper belly laughing, right? And I didn't realise it was our game at first, and they went, "He was sorry for laughing there, sorry." And he went, we shouldn't be disrespectful, you know, these guys are trying hard, blah, blah, blah. And I thought they were hard with us. I just thought they were, and he went, but Yosselu, he's like, a car's horse, him up front. And I was just like, oh, fuck, like they were. But I mean, when I say belly laughing, I mean actually like howling, you know, on the radio. And I was like, what the hell's happened here? And at the time, I didn't know it was our game until they said, are you seeing him? And I went, they're going to be on about our game. They just have to be in it. Sure enough, it was. I don't know what he did, because I wasn't there at the time. I didn't say it, as I say, but they were saying. And then they went on to say, it's a complete onslaught. Like, Newcastle aren't offering anything at all. They've almost settled for a draw with half an hour to go. They
did, as the second half went on, had a lot of possession.
The longer that game went on, the less we got forward.
We didn't get forward at all. And, you know.
That's the only thing.
I'm going to be positive.
It's a point.
It's 90 minutes in the bag for Shelby. Like, it's a good, you know, he's getting a game in there. And, you know, Rondon played for Hall.
I just thought he was very, very quiet.
Well, he will be when we're kind of keep hold of the ball. You know what I mean? He's going to be. He cannot do it on his own. He cannot, man. He cannot do it all on his own. He needs people. And how many times have we sat and said this? If he's going to pick the ball up deep and there's not a single person moving from in front of him, he's done. He's done. He needs players to move forward.
Do you think this is going to be a situation where fans give Rondon a lot more time, and I'm going to say his name again, than Mitrovic? Because there was times when Mitrovic was up there by himself, holding the ball up, trying to bring players in. Do you think Rondon's going to get a lot more time than what Mitrovic did?
I think it's probably
I hope he does.
I think he's going to be out for the next 3 games.
Are you fucking... Where's he gone this day? Time out.
What for? Is he injured, like?
Well, that's why he went off at half time, wasn't it?
But was he? Was he?
Oh, can't be out for another 3 games, man. You just made that up.
Aye, just made it. I wouldn't surprise us. But to be fair, when Hosselu came on for him, like Hosselu was doing well holding the ball up, like chesting it and down and stuff like that. Very much like him who shall not be named used to do.
These aren't bad players. I don't think they're bad players. They're just players.
Confidence is just, you can just see looking at them.
They've just got nothing up top to support each other. You're trying to let one person win the ball, control it, take a player on and score.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most frustrating thing.
I've said this for you. I don't think Shearer would score a goal for us. That's what's a penalty. I don't think he'd score. Because
you need more from Richie and Kennedy. You need more from your white man.
You need more from Perez, you need more from Richie, you need more from Kennedy. You can't, as he's saying there, you cannot have your striker to chest the ball down, hold a man off, beat a man, and then score. You're asking that every time the ball goes up front, pretty much. There's never anything that gets created, man. It's just awful. It's absolutely awful.
I mean, Hosselu was having to come up to the bloody halfway line to
try and
bring the ball down and stuff like that.
That's the thing, when you win it on the halfway line.
We're so
what is he supposed to do with it?
I know.
That's where you then need your runners from midfield getting
people don't look at that though, do they? People look at him being a striker, he's not scoring. So he's shite. Yeah. That's it. You get one chance every 100 minutes, he's not taking it, he's shite.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a terrible attitude to have that. You're fucked, because there's no striker, in my opinion, could score goals for us. The way that we set up and the way that we play.
I agree.
He's doing well to get 2, to be really honest with you. He's doing well to get 2.
It's so frustrating.
Sorry to be arsey there, but you know.
It's massively frustrating, and I think you can even see it in the players that they're frustrated as well, because there was times where both Kennedy, particularly later on in the game, where he was getting arsey and stuff like that with decisions and all that kind of thing, and attitude and stuff like that. And even Muto when he came on, there was a couple of times where he got tackled, or there was like heavy challenges on him. And actually, Benitez even came out and said this today, that he was kind of almost having a bit of a huff with it, the fact that he was getting...
Who Muto was.
Muto, that was getting tackled and feeling that he was getting kind of roughly handled. So, and Benitez came out and said the same today, that actually thinks he needs to just toughen up and adapt to the game.
Well, yeah.
Which, you know, he's only he hasn't even
Stamp tough.
Still one game.
I think he's
Forest,
maybe
wasn't
played an hour or something like that.
I feel sorry for any newcomer coming into that setup.
The thing is, what is really hard to take now as a fan, players looking on the outside in, they'll probably be looking at this and thinking, why the hell would I go and join that club?
Yeah, why would you? I have to be honest.
Especially a striker.
Why would you?
It seems like this is a player where, if a club at the moment, where if a player comes into this team, the only thing, the value is just going to go down. The career is just going to go down. I honestly believe that right now, because we're not doing anything to improve a player's confidence, to improve them in any way whatsoever.
Do you think
this season, looking back at the last few seasons, you look at Lascelles and the likes of that and Dubravka, they have. But I think now we're just sidestepping. We're not doing anything as a club.
We just seem to we're just, I don't know, we're just stagnant.
Oh, Mike Ashley was there.
I reckon.
What about him?
I reckon. I honestly think it could take one win, to turn it around.
We need that is what we need. We need just
something.
something.
We'll be sitting here going, "Hey, Kennedy, look much
spark
better."
it.
I just feel you need that one win, just that little bit of luck to change, maybe. And let's not. I'm not going to. I have been negative for a long time here. Let's look at the positives. You're getting a point away from home.
Yeah.
And you've only lost against Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City. You know.
I know. I think that's what we'll forget.
It's not too
That
bad.
is what we'll forget.
It's
The
not
teams
too
that we
bad.
have played over the last couple of months.
We're only points have come away from home. That's a positive a bit. Like, it's hard, I think, in the Premier League to get 8 points away from home. I know Cardiff, you should have won that game in all fairness for the penalty. So you look at the positives. We've picked up 2 points away from home. We've got another clean sheet there. You know, so it's not all doom and gloom. It's just a bit.
Chelsea got the goal when they shouldn't have really got the penalty.
Yeah, they shouldn't have not. It's just a bit. I do wish to do more going forward. I do, and I don't know if I feel that that's a confidence thing, and that we defend for such long periods of games sometimes that when we get the ball, well, I'm going to clue what to do.
There's not that urgency and spark and drive to get forward.
Mike Ashley was it. It's the first game he's been to since the West Ham game, is it?
Aye, it was years ago, wasn't it?
It was the West Ham game, the Gutierrez one, surely.
I think it might have been that. Well, actually,
I might be wrong.
What, the home one, you mean?
Yeah. Is that the last one he was at?
No, I think he was at another away game. But
was he?
He'll be at Summit down at London, won't he?
Yeah.
So that was the first game he attended. He was sat alongst Charlie, Keith Bishop, the usual lot.
Ellen corner.
The Sports Redirect banner got brought out. They're all laughing at it.
He doesn't care.
He
absolutely doesn't care.
So all these people that are saying he's rattled because of it, is he?
Is he? Fuck, he doesn't care.
I don't think he was laughing his head off.
The most frustrating thing is that banner from a distance just looks like a Sports Direct banner.
Yeah, no,
I know that's the whole point in it, but it just does look like a Sports Direct banner.
It didn't. We didn't get anything that I was hoping to see. You know, like when they got it, I was thinking, is he going to look pissed off? Is he just all of a sudden going to walk for a pint? Like, is he? You know, what's he going?
Oh, he's sat there living the dream.
Sat and laughed
living the dream. Just laughed. Aye.
And he's probably look at them idiots over there. Like, probably if I got my shirt on, the fucking like.
He's sitting there thinking,
I'm kidding. Like, it's. You know.
Do you like? I've still got millions and billions of pounds in the bank.
I've still basically got all used by the balls.
Look at the size of my bootcut jeans.
I reckon I could fit my head in that jean.
I think we could.
All three of not in them.
All three of us could fit in his bootcut.
Yeah, I don't think he give a flying.
He doesn't.
To be honest with you, like.
And it's
And they were singing away. There was singing "Get Out of Our Club" and that. And again, he ain't interested.
He's not asked. He's not asked. It doesn't mean stop, but he's not asked.
Yeah, he's not. No, he's really not.
He'll only go when he chooses to go.
He only go when someone buys a club. It's the only time he's going. So wrap it up.
Yep.
Right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Nice uplifting podcast.
Sorry. Good point though. Good point, man.
We did get a point. Hopefully the next time it'll be a lot. We've got to win eventually.
We will.
I'm getting party poppers for when we win.
Kenny Warner's next.
Right. Thank you everyone.
Yes.
Thanks for listening. Love yous.